Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to information, education, inspiration, guidance, advice. And those of you who have been following these videos know that I have a certain attraction to various verses that just don't seem to make sense at first glance. And I was struck recently as I read the book of Exodus, especially the first part when dealing with Moses' dealings with Pharaoh. And Moses saying, come on, you gotta let my people go, we're going to go to the wilderness, we're going to sacrifice to our God, and we're going to do all this stuff. And Pharaoh says, what do you got to go out to the wilderness for? Sacrifice here, come on, you have my permission. Moses says, no, that's not going to work. You see, the things that we sacrifice are sheep, and the Egyptians, along with worshiping cats and bugs and dogs and crocodiles and hippos and everything else, one of their deities was the sheep. And he says, if we start sacrificing rams and sheep here, the people are going to want to stone us. They're going to want to be violent to us. This is the part that gets me. If Pharaoh gave the Jewish people permission to do their korbanos, their sacrifices in Egypt, his word is law. It's not like kings today or presidents or prime ministers today. His word was law. He had absolute power over life and death. If he said the Jews are allowed to do sacrifices, that's it. That's all. What we learn from this is sensitivity, the characteristic of sensitivities to other people's feelings. It's not that the Egyptians would actually disobey Pharaoh and stone the Jewish people, but they would want to. It would cause them tsar, anxiety. It would hurt their feelings. It would upset them. It would really hurt them. And we learn from this that Moses was very sensitive to the feelings of the Egyptians. Even they were all pagans and they were all into idolatry of the Zara. Still, he didn't want to upset them. And from this we learn that even when we do mitzvahs, we shouldn't do them in a way that would upset others. We should always be sensitive to the feelings of others. Now, sometimes mitzvahs have to be done a certain way, and if that's the case, then we do it, and that trumps everything else. For example, at Hanukkah, the tradition is to have the Hanukkah candles, in a window or outside, facing the outside. Now, some people may not be wild about these Jews having Hanukkah menorahs in their window. I'm sorry, it's too bad. And it doesn't matter that they're upset, that they're being upset or hurt is irrational. Or self-imposed, or it just doesn't make a lot of sense. We have to be sensitive to certain things we can't compromise. For example, circumcision. A lot of people are really opposed to circumcision. They're quite opposed. Too bad. God said. And that's the way it goes. But we always keep in mind that the Torah, as a general rule, wants us to be sensitive to the feelings of others as much as we can. Sometimes we can't, but as much as we can, we take the feelings of others into consideration. It's a very important characteristic for us to have, both as Jews and as Bnei Noach, returnees, converts. We're all more or less in a similar boat. To be good, godly people. And one of the things is sensitivity to the feelings of others. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back, please watch, please learn. And until next time, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.